the news tonight. Army arrests human trafficker, cultists in Abia. TUC urges governors to stop spending money on frivolities. Prices of food items skyrocket as the U-tide approaches. Remember, Rangers to knockout configuration card tomorrow. Good evening and welcome to the news. I am Jonah Oji. Soldiers attached to the 14th Brigade Nigerian Army in Ohafia, Abia State, have arrested a suspected human trafficker and rescued a pregnant victim identified as Chinonyem Ngemakolam. A statement by Deputy Director, Army Public Relations in the command, Captain Dudwa, revealed that the suspect was arrested by soldiers during the exercise at Logu Udo 1 in the state. Dudwa said the soldiers also arrested some suspected cultists during a raid. He stated that the suspects were arrested following a tip-off by local communication channels. The army spokesman added that some residents who expressed excitement over the feat commended the Nigerian army for being proactive. Dudwa pointed out that the partnership between the army and civilians was an initiative that has strengthened the desire to address the security challenges in the state. Two women, Mrs. Onyinyechi Ofoke and Mrs. Onyinyechi Wori, are currently in the custody of the Central Police Station, Abakaliki, Ebonyi State, for alleged child trafficking. It was gathered that the suspects, both of who are tenants of number 35 Ekulu Mini Street, Abakaliki, conspired to sell Ofoke's 18-month-old son, Olisa, to a yet to be identified buyer. They were arrested when another neighbor in the compound, having not seen the child for some time, alerted the police. The police swung into action and arrested the two women. Both women connived to sell the little boy, describing the suspects as desperate persons. When contacted, the public relations officer in the state, Loveth Oda, confirmed the incident on Sunday. Oda, who said the police got to know about the matter through a tip-off by a good Samaritan, added that the two women had been arrested. According to her, efforts are on to arrest the buyer and rescue the boy. The Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, has advised governors who say they cannot implement the consequential adjustment as a result of the 30,000 naira minimum wage to stop spending money on frivolities. The union said this in a statement jointly signed by TUC President Comrade Koduri Olaleye and Secretary General Comrade Musa Lawal Ozigi on Sunday in Abuja to mark the Muslim holiday. Although the organized labor said that it was not willing to cause more harm because of the state of the economy, it said that it may be forced to act if the governors do not perform. The labor leaders called on Muslim faithful to abide by the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, which they said bordered on pity, charity, tolerance, and peaceful coexistence, among others. According to the statement, if Nigerians read the books and live by their tenets, the country will be a better place, adding that the problem of the country has never been the issue of religion. It lamented that the unity the people once cherished was no longer there because of politics. The presidency has lamented the poor attitude of many beneficiaries of its Empower Poverty Alleviation Program. The special advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on job creation, Mohammed Brima, spoke in Ilorin at a program organized by the Companion and Islamic Youth Association. The program centered on how to create employment for the teeming youths of Nigeria with the theme Unemployment and National Insecurity, the Nexus and Panacea. The federal government has since 2016 engaged about 500,000 youths in educational and agricultural programs to solve youth unemployment in the country. Speaking at the program, Bremer said the initiative of Empower was not to create permanent jobs of 30,000 naira monthly salaries for the beneficiaries, but to train them on employability skills. Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Dr. Issa Pantami, has explained that the major reason the ministry was renamed was to make Nigeria a force in information and communication technology (ICT). He spoke in Abuja at the 2019 Annual General Meeting and Conference of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. Pantami pointed out that with an effective ICT industry, Nigeria stands to become the hub of digitalization in Africa in not too distant future. The minister, however, stressed that effective, purposeful, and service-oriented leadership is key to fast-tracking speedy and enduring socio-economic development. Peptic ulcers are open sores that develop on the inside lining of one's stomach and upper portion of one's intestine. MCL News spoke with a medical practitioner on the causes and management of ulcer. Esther Ndukwe reports.
Stomach ulcers are a type of peptic ulcer disease that affects both the stomach and small intestines. Peptic ulcers are holes or breaks in the protective lining of the upper part of small intestines areas that come into contact with stomach ulcer. About 1 out of every 10 Nigerians suffer from the burning, abdominal pain of a peptic or gastric ulcer at some point in life. Until the mid-1980s, the conventional wisdom was that ulcers form as a result of stress. A genetic predisposition to excessive stomach acid secretion certainly plays a role in the development of ulcers. A relatively recent theory holds that a bacterial infection is the primary cause of peptic ulcer. A medical practitioner spoke on the causes of peptic ulcer.
Primary infection. This primary infection is actually a kind of bacterial infection, gram-negative spirochete. Okay. Sometimes it's usually contagious through mother to child, or it can be contagious through feed or oral. So this organism is liable, can actually stay in the body from childhood up to adulthood. Okay. Then another possible cause is the NSAID abuse. It's a group of drugs. There's a group of drugs called the NSAIDs. Okay. Some of these drugs, some of them you can find it over the counter, you can find it in the chemist, you can find it in the markets. Okay, so let me just give an example. Something like diclofenac, ibuprofen, all these are group of drugs called the NSAID. Okay, when you abuse it, there is chances that you will develop ulcer, stomach ulcer. Okay, so another cause of this peptic ulcer disease is lifestyle. Some people, those that actually takes too much of alcohol, those that smokes a lot. Okay, those that take too much of chocolate, maybe caffeinated drinks like Coke and all that. Okay, so there is still chances that one can actually develop peptic ulcer disease.
Lending his voice on the management of ulcer, the medical practitioner advised on the need for regular washing of hands with soap and water, as well as eating healthy foods.
Starving yourself actually will worsen your case if you have ulcer. Okay, and also alcohol on its own and all those some things are actually mentioned, the alcohol, the smoking and all that. Those are actually doesn't really cause ulcer per se, but it can actually worsen the symptoms of ulcer. Okay, it can actually worsen is what the chief culprit here is actually the H. pylori infection and NSAID abuse. People should actually avoid over-the-counter medications. Because somebody might just come and complain to the chemist man, please I have this chest pain, this and that. The chemist man will not prescribe diclofenac or maybe prescribe ibuprofen to the person. That by worsening the patient's condition. Okay? And for elderly people, maybe for 60 years and above, imagine so you not be on those drugs thinking that that's what is going to suppress. There are chances that patient will not develop upper GI bleeding because those people are actually the ones that are at risk of developing upper GI bleeding.
The medical practitioner also urged people to always go for medical checkup while maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Esther Ndugwe, MCL News.
Still to come on the news. Eid al-Maulud. President Buhari charges Muslims on Prophet Muhammad's example. Prices of food items skyrocket as the Yuletide approaches. I will focus on vocational technical education, says Ihedioha. These and more just after the break. Stay tuned.
The family of Honorable Adele Edwin AKK with deep sorrow announced the death of their wife and children, Mrs. Obrum Jessica Adele, aged 39, Miss Chinomso Sophia Adele, aged 7, Master Okezie Marvelous Adele, aged 2, who lost their lives in a ghastly motor accident along Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway on the 10th of August 2019. Burial arrangement Thursday 28 November 2019, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Service of songs. Friday 29 November 2019, 8 a.m. Laying in state at Ipuvi Comprehensive Secondary School, Ohanko Ndoke, Okwa East Local Government Area. May their gentle soul rest in peace. Amen. Signed, Honorable Adele AKK Adiku for the family.
Exit of an icon. We the entire family of His Royal Majesty Eze Godwin Ebere Ibenji of Umuwama Village and the Ezuku Aba Ancient Kingdom, Aba South Local Government Area, Abia State, cordially invite you to the burial ceremony of our son, brother, uncle, husband, father-in-law and traditional ruler, late His Royal Majesty Eze Godwin Ebere Ibenji Ezeoha II of Ezuku Aba Ancient Kingdom, aged 55. Burial arrangement Thursday 14 November 2019, 3 p.m. lying in state at his palace, 4 p.m. service of psalms by St. Philip's Anglican Church, Ezuku Aba, 6 p.m. till dawn, praise night. Friday 15 November 2019, 10 a.m. funeral service at St. Philip's Anglican Church, Ezuku Aba, 12 noon interment follows after service at his residence. Saturday 16 November 2019, 10 a.m. traditional rites, condolence continues. Sunday 17 November 2019 at St. Philip's Anglican Church, Ezuku Aba. May his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Amen. Signed, Prince Godwin Jr. Ibenji, Mr. Eze N. Ibenji, Honorable Chijoke Ibenji, for the family.
Jesus born in Singo, where Magidenia, Okachama, Nechere,
You're welcome back, and we now go to our Omai studios where Nora Kafo is standing by for more stories. Nora, good evening.
Council, Omahia, and Mara Okafo. Traders in Omahia have lamented on the increase in the price of goods, which has resulted to low patronage of food items. This is coming as the prices of food items, including rice, increases on a daily basis. Against this backdrop, MCL News takes a look at the price of food items as Yuletide approaches. Precious Izuma reports.
For an organism. Surprisingly, this basic and fundamental human need cannot be met by some individuals occasioned by the high cost of the items in the market. A survey by MCL News reveals that a bag of rice previously sold for 18,000 naira is now sold at 29,000 naira. This worrisome situation has led to the inability of some people to afford this staple food. Some traders who spoke to MCL News in Umahia lament on the rise in prices of other food items. They appeal to the federal government to do something to alleviate the sufferings of the people.
They will make an alternative arrangement so that the disputes will not suffer much.
These consumers, however, express their dissatisfaction with the situation owing to the fact that the locally produced rice is not readily available.
Have you seen that after they close the border, this one that we are producing by ourselves, they'll just leave it like that. And forget they call it something and start eating our own, which is not better than our own. So I don't know the reason why they close the border. That's why we are producing by ourselves. They just procure the rice. And if there is any how the government can empower many people so that we are producing our own. Let us forget about that foreign war and be producing our own as many as quantity we need it so that everything will be lower price for us.
There are some individuals or some companies that are producing rice in Nigeria here. Give them and maintain them and encourage them and let them be producing it for the consumers and they reduce the price for everybody to afford.
The place of food in everyday life can never be overemphasized. Therefore, efforts must be put in place to ensure that prices of goods and food items are controlled within the reach of the common man. Precious Izibu, MCL News.
Imo State Governor Emeka Ihedioha has revealed that administration would give priority to vocational and technical education in a bid to tackle unemployment. Commissioner for Education in the state, Professor Viola Owole, started this during a visit to the State College of Education, Burma. Owole said the government plans to achieve this target by developing the 4 technical colleges neglected by the past administration. The commissioner said the state government was making every effort to ensure that the college moves to its permanent site as soon as possible. Minister of Transportation, Chibike Amechi, said that the well-known assembly plants under construction at Kajola in Ogun State will generate about 5,000 jobs when completed. The minister made a statement at the weekend during the plant's groundbreaking ceremony performed by Vice President Professor Yemi Osibajo at the project site in Kajola. Amechi described the plans as one of the gains of the federal government's partnership with the Chinese civil engineering and construction company. He said the federal government awarded contracts for the procurement of rolling stock, locomotives, coaches, wagons, and contemporary diesel multiple units to serve movement of passengers and freight on the Abuja-Kaduna Ajokuta Norwegian services. NHS found that the project is expected to also facilitate the much desired objective of the government towards the local content capacity development. The federal government has approved 50 billion naira for electronic border projects to secure the country's borders and guarantee internal security. The technology building to be sited at the Nigerian Immigration Service headquarters is also expected to cost multi-billion naira. Minister of Interior Raul Aribeshala disclosed as well commissioning the Immigration Service State Command Office complex at Sujo, the Akwa Ibom State capital. The minister commended the Controller General of the service, Mohammed Babangida, for taking time strides in rapid and tangible feats for the service. Mohammed stated that the government has taken deliberate policies to secure the nation's borders, among which includes a 52 billion naira for the electronic border projects. President Muhammad Buhari has charged Muslims to follow the shining examples of Prophet Muhammad as they celebrate his birth. President Buhari, in his goodwill message, asks that Muslims put into practice the great virtues known with Holy Prophet Muhammad and end indiscriminate killing of innocent people. He added that the major challenge facing the image of Islam by extremists who will ultimately destroy their lives and future. The president, while wishing the Muslim Ummah a beautiful and peaceful celebration, urged them to use occasion to renew their resolve in promoting tolerance, love, harmony, and peaceful coexistence in the country. That's it from the wild. Back to you, Journalogy, for the rest of the news. I am Nora Graffel.
Thanks very much, Nora Okafor. Bolivian President Evo Morales said on Sunday that he will resign after the military called on him to step down and allies stumbled away amid a fierce backlash over a disputed election that has roiled the South African nation. Morales, the country's leader for nearly 14 years, said in a televised comment that he will submit his resignation letter to help restore stability, though he aimed barbs at what he called a civic coup. Earlier on Sunday, Morales had agreed to hold new elections after a report from the Organization of American States, OAS, which conducted an audit of the October 20 vote, revealed serious irregularities in the election. The OAS report said the October vote should be annulled after it had found clear manipulations of the voting system that called into question Morales' win with a lead of just over 10 points over main rival Carlos Mesa. And now sports. Nigeria's representatives in the 2019 CAF Confederation Cup, Enyimba of Aba and Enugu Rangers will find out their group opponent when the draw is made tomorrow. According to CAF, the draw for the group phase of the CAF Confederation Cup will hold by 10 a.m. at the African Football Headquarters in Cairo, Egypt. The report. CAF said the 16 qualified teams will be divided into 4 groups of 4 teams each for the group phase of the second-tier club championship. The teams still in the competition are Al Masry, Pyramids, RS Bakane, Enyimba, Rangers, Parado, and San Pedro. Others are Morena Pembe, Horoya, Al Masry, Joliba, Budveswitz, and Zamaco. Enyimba, which fell from the CAF Champions League after losing to Al Hilal of Sudan to the Confederation Cup, defeated TS Galaxy of South Africa 4-1 on aggregate after 2 legs in the last qualifying round of the competition. Rangers, on the other hand, beat ASC Kara of Togo through the away goal rule after ending their tie 2-2 over 2 legs. Rangers lost the first leg in Lome 2-1 and won the reverse fixture 1-0 in Enugu. The Tigers camp came alive yesterday as players and coaches reported to their base in Maputo for the 2020 pre-Olympics qualifiers coming up in Mozambique from November 14 to 17. The team comprising returnee Atosu Ukbe, 2019 Afro-Basket Most Valuable Player Ezinne Carlo, Promise Anukamara, Atoyendin Gifa, Sarah Imobio, and Evelyn Akato were received by the coaching crew led by Otis Hewley. Elo Efedroka, who was called up by Otis to replace Elizabeth Balogun, who could not make the pre-qualifiers, has also reported to Maputo. Others in camp are Lasme Waje, Adora Elono, Aisha Balarabe, Ifi Ibekwe, Victoria Macaulay, and Palas Kumayi Akbana, who may be making her debut for Nigeria if selected in the final 12-man roster. Nigeria is grouped alongside host Mozambique and DR Congo in Group A, while Senegal will compete against Angola and Mali in Group B. The team had its first training session today ahead of the event starting on Thursday. According to FIBA, 3 teams from Africa will join 14 other teams from Europe, Asia, and the Americas to fight for the 10 slots on offer at the Olympic qualifying tournament. In the Nigeria Professional Football League matches played at the weekend, Adamawa United played out a 1-1 draw with Rangers. Jigawa Golden Boys succumbed to a 0-1 defeat in the hands of Plateau United. In Katsina, it was Katsina United 1, Edinburgh 1. Lobby Stars whitewashed Delta Force 4-0. Mountain of Fire Ministries FC drew 1-1 with Ifanyoba. Nasarawa United at home lost 0-1 to Wiki Tourist. Rivers United settled for a 1-1 draw with Heartland Football Club of Owerri, while Sunshine Stars of Akure drew 1-1 with Warri Wolves. In England, Chelsea secured a 2-0 victory over Crystal Palace. Burnley defeated West Ham 3-0. At St. James's Park, it was Newcastle United 2, Bournemouth 1. Southampton at home lost 1-2 to Everton. Tottenham Hotspur continued their poor run as they drew 1-1 with Sheffield United. At the King Power Stadium, it was Leicester City 2, Arsenal 0. Manchester United secured a 3-1 victory over Brighton. Wolves beat Aston Villa 2-1, while in the clash of the Titans, Liverpool defeated Manchester City 3-1. Jonah Oji, MCL News. Before we leave, a second look at the major stories. Soldiers attached to the 14th Brigade, Nigerian Army in Ohafia, Abia State, have arrested a suspected human trafficker and rescued a pregnant victim identified as Chinonyere Nkemakolam. The Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, has advised governors who say they cannot implement the consequential adjustment as a result of the 30,000 naira new minimum wage to stop spending money on frivolities. Nigeria's representatives in the 2019 CAF Confederation Cup, Enyimba of Aba and Enugu Rangers, will find out their group opponent when the draw is made tomorrow. That was the news, and thanks for tuning in. I am Jonah Oji. Akukowa will be next. Stay tuned and good night.
MCL